country has always been known as the land that portrays traditional vibrancy through its rich culture. Here, every region has its own style of art. The folk and tribal arts of India are quite ethnic and simple. The rural folk paintings are often treated with religious and mystical motifs, passed down from one generation to another. Variety of art forms have evolved over the years, some untouched by modernizations, some adapting to new materials. They were created with natural dyes on walls, wood, paper, metal, or cloth, giving it a sense of vintage nostalgia. Indian art motifs are as diverse as Indian culture itself. With the reappearing symbols of deities, nature, and customs, they are all unique in their own might. An art for the artist is a lifestyle woven into festivals and rituals. Out of the plethora of folk art styles, we are going to mention the ones which are contrasting in style through the works of our JCC in-house artist. Let's start. Madhubani painting originated 2500 years ago near Mithila region of Bihar at the time of the Ramayana. Originally, Madhubani painting is done with fingers, twigs, brushes, nib pens and matchsticks. The artists are known to utilize organic colors made from charcoal, turmeric, flowers, rice powder, cow dung, leaves, sandalwood and indigo. It has 5 distinctive styles: Varni, Godhana, Kachni, Tantrik and Kovar. Every design in Madhubani has different meanings. Like fish signifies prosperity, birds symbolize peace and happiness, peacock symbolize new growth, tree is the symbol of life and fertility, whereas sun being an important symbol of nature worship. This amazing art form is kept alive because of the efforts of many artists who continue to practice it. Warli painting was first conceived by the Warli tribe residing in coastal regions of Gujarat and Maharashtra. The paintings are traditionally done in white over brown background. The white pigment is rice mixed with water and gum, and the ochre shade is achieved because of the cow dung plastered mud walls. Their subject presents common village rituals. However, the figures are extremely rudimentary and the composition is achieved with the help of variations in the basic shapes: circle, triangle and square. The paintings usually adorn the inner walls of mud houses and convey hardships of rural life and tribal ideologies. Patachitra is a 2500 years old art evolved in Orissa. The name has derived from the Sanskrit words Pata means canvas and Chitra means picture. This painting is done completely with natural colors. The subject matter is mostly mythological, religious stories and folklore. The themes are mainly Lord Jagannath, Radha Krishna or 10 incarnations of Vishnu. Unique characteristics about this art form is that it is a cloth-based scroll painting with sharp angular bold lines, and the dress style depicted in the paintings has heavy influence of the Mughal era. Literally meaning drawings with a pen. Kalamkari is of 2 types in India: Machlipatnam, which originates in Andhra Pradesh, and Srikalahasti, which originates from Chittor in the same state. While the former refers to block printed form of art, The latter is a free-flowing art with a pen on fabric. Today, Kalamkari art is used on saris, ethnic clothing, and depicts anything from flora and fauna to epics such as Mahabharata and Ramayana. Characterized by a sense of belonging with nature, the Gondi tribe in Madhya Pradesh created these bold, vibrantly colored paintings depicting mainly flora and fauna. The colors come from charcoal, cow dung, leaves, and colored soil. If you look closely, it is made up of dots and lines. Today, these styles are imitated but with acrylic paints. It can be called an evolution in the Gond art form, spearheaded by Jangat Singh Shyam, the most popular Gond artist who revived the art for the world in the 1960s. Originating in Rajasthan, Fag is mainly a religious form of scroll painting depicting folk deities Pabuji or Dev Narayan. The 30 or 15 feet long canvas or cloth that it is painted on is called Fag. Vegetable colors and a running narrative of the lives and heroic deeds of deities characterize this art form. From down south, Tanjore or Thanjavur paintings originated in 1600 AD, encouraged by the Nayakas of Thanjavur. You can recognize a Thanjavur painting by its use of gold foil, which glitters and lends the painting a surreal look. These panel paintings on wooden planks depict devotion to gods and saints. It borrows its styles from Maratha and Deccani art, as well as European styles. Kathputli is an ancient and popular performing arts of Rajasthan. The word Kathputli derives from Kath or wood and Putli, that is toy. Rajasthani string puppetry is one of the most vibrant aspects of Indian culture. These handmade wooden puppets are much more than just a decorative doll. Their performance in puppetry narrates events from history, myths, folklore, or legend, complete with music and speech. They are the repository of traditional wisdom, knowledge, and social forms. Thanka is a Tibetan painting on cotton or silk, usually depicting a Buddhist deity, saint, or mandala. The paint consists of pigments in a water-soluble medium of animal glue. Thanka often overflow with symbolism and allusion. The art is explicitly religious. It must be in accordance with strict guidelines laid out in Buddhist scripture. The artist must be properly trained and have sufficient religious understanding to create an accurate and appropriate Thanka. This art form originates from southern part of India, Kerala, dating back 9th and 12th centuries. This art form is generally seen on temple walls depicting Hindu mythology and legends. Traditional murals used Panchavarna exclusively: red, yellow, green, black and white. The characters in the murals are colored according to their characteristics as illustrated in the scriptures. Terracotta is one of the first expression of creativity of human mind. Terracotta taken from Latin terracotta or baked earth, is the art of creating glazed or unglazed porous earthenware, figurines and other decorative materials from clay, which is dried and fired in temperatures of around 1000 degrees Celsius, giving it a distinctly orange, red, brown, yellow or grey color. Decorative pieces are either left with their original color or painted in multiple hues to make them more attractive. This is an old art form and Nakashi family in Telangana only practicing this art. The art form has been passing from one generation to another. This chariot scrolls art was influenced by Kalamkari. The artist used primary colors. The scrolls are nearly 50 feet long and depicting Puranas and epics. Aipan is one of the traditional art of Kumaon. This art is done on a floor over brick red background with white paste made out of rice flour. The art is done on all special occasions and household ceremonies. It is believed that these motifs evoke divine power, which brings good fortune and words of evil. Uttarakhand Aipan is done on the empty walls and on the ground, which is a symbol of fortune and fertility. Bhil paintings usually consist of large, unlifelike shapes of everyday characters, filled in with earthly yet bright colors, and then covered with an overlay of uniform dots in several patterns and colors that stand out strikingly against the background. Because these patterns are solely in the hands of the artist who create them, the work of every Bhil artist is unique, and the dot patterns can be counted as the artist's signature style. Ganjifa is a set of paper cards in different shapes with intricate paintings on them. It is also a reference to a card game played with the Ganjifa leaves. The cards are usually made of paper pulp, fibers, leaves, and seashells. Natural organic dyes are used to paint these cards, and a final coat of lacquer is applied as a finishing touch. Mysore style of cards contain exquisite miniature paintings with gold inlay work. Pichwai is a style of painting that originated over 400 years ago in the town of Nathwara in Rajasthan. Intricate and visually stunning, Pichwai paintings made on cloth depict tales from Lord Krishna's life. Creating a Pichwai can take several months and requires immense skill, as the smallest details need to be painted with precision. Other common subjects found in Pichwai paintings are Radha, gopis, cows, and lotus. Festivals and celebrations such as Sharat Purnima, Rash Leela, Annakut, or Govardhan Puja are frequently depicted in Pichwais. Lippan art is a clay art form from Gujarat. It is mostly done by the village ladies from Kutch to decorate their homes. Traditionally, Lippan is made by adding mud and cow dung and done on the walls. These scintillating murals bring life, gaiety, and beauty to generally heart's life of people of Kutch. Artisans practicing this art form stick to graphic and eye-catching geometric patterns of Lippan Kam using small mirrors. Kohbarghat is the painting traditionally done in the Maithili culture to bless a newlywed couple. The central theme of these paintings is love and prosperity. They depict an assembly of symbolic images of the lotus plant, bamboo grove, fishes, birds, and snakes, besides those of Lord Shiva and Goddess Parvati. This is one of the styles of the famous Madhubani painting. Tikuli art is an unique art form from Bihar which has a very rich and deep traditional history. Tikuli artists cut the hardboard into various shapes and apply 4 to 5 coats of enamel thereafter on the cut wooden piece. After every coat, they rub the wood with sandpaper, thus giving it a polished surface. After the final coat of enamel, the artisans paint the design. It is also embellished with gold foil and jewels. Thuli art is an Indian pen art, also can be called as the line art. Fine lines with ink are painted to create awesome paintings. This art is predominantly used to create paintings of divinity, especially of Indian goddesses. This art needs lots of practice to create fine lines with ink to perfection. Pithura is a ritualistic painting done on the walls by the Rathwa and Vilala tribes from central Gujarat. Executing the Pithura paintings in their homes brings peace, prosperity and happiness. The walls are treated with 2 layers of cow dung paste and 1 layer of white chalk powder. This procedure is called Lipna. The wall paintings related to the legends of creation and Pithura embellish this art form. This painting style was originated in the 19th century at Kalighat, Bengal. At first, the artist adopted the themes from Hindu epics. Later, the artist concentrated on social reform subjects. They used the squirrel hair brushes to apply the colors. The artist used the cheap paper and color pigments. The purpose of paintings is to raise the awareness of the social conditions of that time. The art of miniature painting was introduced to the land of India by the Mughals, who brought the much revered art form from Persia. Mughal Emperor Akbar built an atelier for them to promote the rich art form. Later on, Indian artists produced paintings in a new distinctive style, inspired by the royal and romantic lives of the Mughals. This particular miniature, produced by local artists in their own style, is known as Rajput or Rajasthani miniature paintings. Saura tribal art is a style of wall mural paintings associated with the Saura tribals in Odisha. These paintings, also called icons, are visually similar to worldly paintings and hold religious significance for the Sauras. Saura art started with its ritualistic forms on the walls of village homes. This traditional art form is the shadow puppet theatre tradition of Andhra Pradesh. Its performers are part of a group of wandering entertainers and peddlers who pass through villages to sing ballads, tell fortunes, reenact various stories from Hindu epics. Tholu Bombalata literally means the dance of leather puppets. Matani Pacheri is often called the Kalamkari of Gujarat. The focal subject is the goddess Mataji, Shakti, a symbol of the goddess Durga. This fine art was first achieved by the itinerant Devi Pujak people group initially called Vagari over 200 years ago. The Midnapur folk art is a variation in Kalighat paintings that has finer lines and more detailed work. The paintings have fewer colors as compared to the traditional Kalighat paintings and have a subtlety in their depiction. The eyes are elongated, covering almost the entire face, making it a beautiful structure of the form. Now, let's take a look at the varieties of floor arts of India. Kalamisathu is an unique art from Kerala and is practiced in temples and sacred groves where the representations of Hindu deities are made on the floor. They are made using natural pigments and powders of 5 colors: white, black, yellow, red, green, and are done with bare hands. Lighted oil lamps are often utilized at strategic positions of the patterns to brighten the colors. The patterns themselves are decided in observance with strict religious rules, and unlike in Rangoli and Kolam, are rarely made by the choice of artist. The completion of Kalamazoo art is accompanied by the singing of ritual songs regarding to the deities. Alpuna refers to colorful motifs, sacred art or painting done with hands dipped in paint, which is mainly a paste of rice and flour on auspicious occasions in Bengal and Odisha, traditionally drawn by the women of the house to mark the good luck and generosity of family. Rangoli is an art form originating in the Indian subcontinent, in which patterns are created on the floor or the ground using powder materials such as colored rice, sand, or flower petals. It is usually made during Diwali or Tihar, Onam, Pongal, and other Hindu festivals. A kolam is a geometrical line drawing composed of curved loops drawn around a grid pattern of dots. In South India, kolams are usually done with dry rice flour, kolapuri. In the kolam patterns, many designs are derived from abstract designs blended with philosophic and religious motifs which have been mingled together. Indian art forms are explicit to communicate ancient oral traditions. With 29 states and 7 union territories, each with their own distinct traditional identities, India boasts a collage of folk art forms that speak volumes about the country's diverse cultural identity that is rooted in the daily lives of its people. A riot of colors, a kaleidoscope of images, and a maze of patterns and textures that speak of a collective spirit echo the innermost feelings of the Indian folk artist.